Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back. You are with Amira from AmiraOracle.com, and this is your monthly coffee cup reading for the full moon in Libra, which will be playing out this month on April the 8th, 2020, full moon in Libra at 18 degrees. And this coffee cup often reveals world events as well. So we're just going to see what comes up. There's a lot in the cup, so I'm just going to go through it piece by piece. It might take a little while. There's quite a few things in there. So we'll just see what comes through, what channeled messages come through the cup, as the cup is a great tool for channeling messages. Very similar to the crystal ball. I see it very similar to the crystal ball. If you would like your own personal coffee cup reading, Turkish coffee, you are welcome to book one with me. If you would like me to make your coffee cup for you, it's the $99 feature. And if you'd like to send me your photos of your cup, it's the $49 feature. Also, Celia does the Cuban coffee cup, which is slightly different, but also very effective on my website and my channel. So let's have a look and see. First, we're looking at the saucer or the plate. I've done everything very big. I've got a very big cup and I've also got quite a big plate. And what I can see with this particular plate at the base of it, so this is sort of like your home, your foundation, your base. What I'm seeing in there are kind of like two overlapping hearts, or, you know, love hearts forming hearts. One is definitely a heart. The other one's sort of covered by the other heart. So I do feel like there is some sort of love story here. There's something close to your heart. There could be also a joining of hearts, a joining of a situation here with a love story for April moving forward. And sometimes you can meet somebody at a distance or online, etc., do a video call with them or something like that, and you could actually start a relationship if you don't already have one. So don't put your life on hold. You can do social distancing as well as, you know, and bring a new love into your life that could actually turn out to be an amazing love. You just don't know, right? You just don't know. You just don't know what the whole, you know, scenario may or may not be. And when I turned the cup upside down, I just wanted to show you these. Okay, this to me looks like pellets or some sort of excrement of some sort of animal, almost like a camel or a dog or something. If it is a camel, there could be something coming up in the Middle East, some crap coming up in and around the Middle East. I know that I think towards the end of the month, I think on Easter, on the new moon in April, which is 2 weeks after the full moon, Ramadan will start for this year. So I'm not sure exactly what that is. It's sort of like there is crap around, there's crap out there. When I turned the cup upside down, that's what came up. I just needed to dry it after the plate. So, and these pellets kind of fell out. So something's falling. Could even be something falling from the sky. That, you know, some people have asked me, can you predict also that particular comet or something that was meant to be coming from the sky? I don't, see that, but if there's something, it could be more than one. So there seems to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-ish things going on. That could also be significant for the number 8, or it could be 8 weeks, 8 days, something coming up on the 8th month. You know, this is time flexible, but the first thing that came to me was, you know, there's still this feeling of crap going on, you know, out there going on. There's something, you know, not too, pleasant going on. There's some sort of something that needs to be, washed away, needs to be released, potentially needs to be eradicated, needs to be, I like to have my little ball in here just in case I get a shout out from a country here for the world map, yeah, because sometimes I'm very much drawn to these countries. Sometimes there'll be just one that jumps out at me, so we'll get that in line, ready to go. Okay, so the main cup, let's have a look at the main cup. Starting at the handle, and for those of you who've done workshops with me before, I might even do a video about a video for doing how to read the coffee cup. It's more of a, experiential type of thing. It's very hard to teach it unless it's in an in-person situation. It's very practical. So at the bottom, I did try to dry out the bottom by putting it on the saucer and then on the napkin, and it's still moving around. Okay, it's still moving around. It's not solid. It's still moving around, which is kind of weird, because normally when you put it upside down, it does dry out, and I did leave it there for some time. But so there's still some shifting sands is what I'm getting. I'm going to just tip that out and see what happens. There's still some shifting sands going on, okay? There's shifting sands. There's some sort of gunk still at the bottom of a scenario. See, I tipped that out and there's still something watery down there. So very, very weird. Yeah, very weird. There's a lot in, there's quite a bit of coffee down there, but we will see what happens as we move on. Sorry, I just have to get it out a bit more. Yeah, so I feel like with that message there, with this unsettled situation on the bottom, I really feel like it is about shifting sands, and I feel like, things are prone to flex and change right now, and that might sound to you like a bit of a cop-out, but I just feel like things are apt to shift and change. I do feel like something is coming up in the Middle East, so because shifting sands to me often means something in the Middle East. So there could very well be something popping up in the Middle East. There could be a situation with, Saudi Arabia. There's definitely things going on in Iran right now with the COVID-19. So we're just going to have to see what's going on. Okay, so let's move forward with this cup. And I'm hoping to get something else out of that bottom, because there is something in there that could be interesting. All right, so, okay, starting at the handle, moving in a clockwise direction, we have this dance here. There's sort of like a tug of war, a dance. It almost looks like a tango, like two people really getting in and down there with the tango. So there's, two for tango comes to mind. Cooperating, there's a dance. There's a dance going on in general. There could be a dance going on in your life. There could be a dance going, on in externally, this external push-pull type of dancing. It feels to me like quite an athletic, sort of aggressive dancing. Argentina or Buenos Aires also comes to mind here as well, for whatever reason, and could be something that comes up on the radar. You might be thinking about going down there or visiting there or something, but there's definitely this dance. There's a tango going on. That could also be on your bucket list, but it could be the joining of you and somebody in the dance of life, moving forward in the dance of life. So there's definitely a love theme that is sort of going on underneath. Up here, it looks to me like there's a shark, but it's moving away, sort of like moving away. And it looks to me like a little bit of a harmless type of shark. So that to me could be something related to COVID-19, kind of moving away. The shark's there, the danger's there, but it's pointing in a backward direction and it's kind of moving out of the scene. It's moving out of the scene, all right? Okay, so moving forward, and please let me know, comment below if something else jumps out in the cup, and I'll see what it means. Okay, there's a nice lady here with a nice kind of a hair on or a bonnet on, something like that. She looks African, so she looks very poised. She looks very attractive. There could be somebody who is a spokesperson. What I'm getting is someone like Oprah, someone who's a spokesperson speaking out about something, or some type of, there could be a rise in a political African person. That could also be in Africa. She might be, become the head of a country or something like that, or speak out about something in general. So she looks very African to me. She looks like she is in Africa or she's African, but she could be just symbolic of somebody who is African American who is going to speak out about something. So that is interesting. She also energetically to me looks like she's looking after herself, and she's very sure about who she is and what she wants. This can be symbolic of you. It's also a beautiful, she has a lot of beauty. So it could be focusing on beauty, focusing on hair, focusing on the skin, focusing on, self-esteem, looking after yourself. That comes to mind. And there's something weird in front of her, and it looks like a gargoyle or something like that. And it looks like it's going down. Now the gargoyles to me jump out around Paris. So something to do with Paris, France. There's a lot of gargoyles there. So there's something there with going down, something with Paris going down. Or it could be a French African country, something going on in a French African country going down. So, and this woman speaking out, or she's just representing that country. So that's something interesting. Floating on the top here, we have a little bit of a couple of fish, which is a little bit of money floating around. So try to grab the money. There is a bit of money to be made here, money to be claimed, money to be accessed, new ideas about creating money, manifesting money, starting a business or selling something, getting involved in something that could be, bring you a little bit of a stream of income. So that's quite a nice extra message on top there for you. This to me looks like a bear, but taken like a photograph taken from the top, looking down at the bear moving. And bears start to come out in this season, April. They start to come out from the mountains and come down, and they start to move. And they usually go to where there's camping spots and things like that to rifle through the trash, but there might not be any trash there for them at the moment because nobody's going to the parks. So the bear also represents energetically, I'm just going to look it up again, a lot of resourcefulness. Yeah, hoarding as well could come up with the bear too, hoarding things. Let me just have a look and see. The bear. Respecting the laws of boundaries and standing tall against adversities. The bear also speaks about protection and commitment. Okay. Independence, thoughtfulness. So that's, the bears can be quite solitary, strong-willed, self-contained. So this is about becoming stronger. It's about learning to be self-sufficient and not relying so much on other people. This is what this time is teaching us. So if you have an issue with that, if you've always had an issue with that, then that's probably, bringing things up to the forefront right now. I'm not getting anything amazing here, but it almost looks like a branch, somebody's arm, or somebody's covering you or extending the olive branch. So this could be a time to reconcile with people, extending the olive branch. There's a figure here, looks like a male possibly, and it looks to me like he's looking at himself in the mirror. So there could be a vain male around you, somebody who's self-obsessed, narcissistic, looking at himself in the mirror. He could be having to do that for a reason. He could be an actor. He could be reciting lines. He could be a model. He could be practicing something in the mirror as well, if that makes sense too. He could be somebody quite well known because there's a few things down here at his feet. So that he could have a lot of admirers, people falling at his feet. I don't know if it's symbolic of somebody around you. It could be a double message, or it could be somebody famous as well. There could be someone famous who appears. To me, he feels gay. He has a gay vibe to him. He could be an actor or a spokesperson. He might make a statement of some description. There's also a seal down here. I like seals. Seals or sea lions. Seals. I'm just going to get you the spirit animal on the seal. Okay. Imagination and creativity that may be hidden inside of you. Also, the seal appears in your life. Maybe a symbol of trust and integrity. Sometimes it may also symbolize high expectations in life. So it's raising a vibration, high expectations, but the main thing here, I think, is creativity. This is a time to be creative. It's not a time to get trapped down, led down a rabbit hole of information technology, of gossip, that type of thing. This is a time to be creative, to focus on your own creativity and what you can do for your life to better your own life. A lot of people are very creative in any sort of way, whether it's writing, whether it's, graphic design, setting up a website, being creative about ideas about businesses, being creative about maybe starting a YouTube channel, doing jewelry, art, music, anything like that. Okay, now we've got a figurine here of a lady with dark hair or long hair, not necessarily dark, sort of like a contrasting picture. And she's looking backwards. She's looking back at the past. She's reminiscing of the past. She's wondering what happened to who and what. She could be nostalgic about somebody or something. She could be thinking about the past a lot. Okay. Or somebody from your past, or you thinking about the past. Coming back in, reaching out. Memories. There seems to be a symbol, an Aries symbol here on the top with that V, slight V. Oh, sorry, I just bumped it then. Yeah, that kind of Aries horn thing there. That could be that, we are in the month of Aries still until around the 22nd of April or the 21st of April. We've got the new moon in Taurus on the 23rd. So I believe it's the 23rd. Yeah, so we're still in Aries. It's moving along in Aries. There's a snake here underground as well. There's some sort of underground snake. So there could be something hidden that needs to be revealed in this month of Aries. There's an underground snake. There could be also somebody sexually attracted to you, or you feeling, that there's conniving people around you or underhanded people around you who are not being totally honest. Okay, then I've got like the roots of a tree. I feel moving forward. We have the roots of a tree here. There's something being planted and growing. We don't have, the leaves or the flowers out on this tree, but I do feel there's solid foundation. There's also an S initial right down there. Could be S for Steve, Sonia, Soraya, Sophie. Something like that. So there's an S. There's another S here slightly as well. That letter there doesn't look like anything. It might be something in a different language. But there's definitely roots of a tree here being planted. So I feel like after this April thing is finished, there's a new foundation. There's a new foundation that's going to take off. There's a new foundation that will, be very solid and very strong. And it almost looks like this is a bit like a gorilla climbing, or a man climbing up a hill, up a cliff. So he's on the way up. He's part of the tree root, but he's on the way up. Okay, moving along. There seems to be a black cat here too. So there's some sense of, can I trust it? Can I not trust it? This figurine here has its hand out saying, yes, come to me. Some of you might be getting a cat as well, or you might be saying, okay, I want to see where this goes. It almost looks to me like somebody's waiting to get married. They've got their hand out, ready to get married with a ring on it. There's also a bird behind that person whispering in their ear. So pay attention to spirit messages, messages in your dreams, messages that come through spirit, channeled messages, incidents, deja vus, etc. Not getting much with that. Move around. There's another bit of a heart here too. There's a heart. So there's love energy moving forward. Sometimes these cups can go out for 3 months or even longer, even though we're doing it in the April full moon. There's a heart there moving around. And it's connected to a strong, foundation, a strong tree trunk. This looks like a tree as well, very much. It reminds me of Australia. I don't know why, but some of you might have links with Australia. There's also 2 hearts in the tree, facing off sort of at opposite ends of each other. There's a little birdie in there as well, so that looks like a cute bird. That to me looks like a bit like a red robin. Let me have a look at the red robin and see what that means. It's amazing what's actually on the internet, isn't it? Red robin celebrates spring with mellow song, symbolises renewal, fresh beginnings and hope. The red robin bird is also a symbol of pleasure, joy, contentment, satisfaction, clarity, rejuvenation, bright future and happiness. A robin is a small bird which has both spirit and symbolic meaning attached to them. That's beautiful. Really, really nice. So there's a sense of hope, okay, coming out of all of this. There's a sense of hope. So, renewal, springtime. We are in spring in the Northern Hemisphere. This thing has just jumped out at me. It looks like a cartoon character. Looks like it's a weirdo. There could be some weirdo hanging around. It almost looks somebody. It just popped out to me the song "Knock on Wood," so whatever that means to you, knock on wood. It looks like it's going to knock its head on the tree. Knock on wood. So the lyrics to "Knock on Wood," we might have to look them up. Okay. But that's weird. It's sort of like a funny person, could be a comic person, could be a cartoon, could be something that makes you laugh, or it just could be a weirdo hanging around. Also people with mental disorders or mental health issues, or, somebody who might have, issues with their mental health or be Down syndrome even. I'm getting that too. So there could be a child around you or somebody around you who makes you laugh, who is making you, turn the page is what I'm getting. But there is a message there that came through knock on wood. So I don't know what that means to you, but you can go into that and see what that means to you. Then we've got a really nice energy here of smooth sailing. I always see open spaces like this, the horizon, the water, looking out into the future, smooth sailing, moving forward. So once again, some people have said, I don't know if this is going to be done by April, like the whole issue is going to be finished. Some people say May. I've always said April, May from the beginning. And some places I think will be freed up by May. But there could be some lockdowns still in May for some countries. But then there's smooth sailing, after April. I feel like there's a smooth sailing sort of situation, really nice weather as well for some of you. Some of you might be thinking about going somewhere where there's water, you know, the sunshine. Some of you might be even thinking about moving or going overseas. You know, sometimes these things come up where you are tested and you end up thinking, you know, I really have a feeling about, I really miss something, or I really want to prefer to be somewhere else, or want to go somewhere or do a bucket list thing. I know sometimes in these times finances can be tricky, but some of you might decide to do something different. There's also a little puppy there too. So puppies that kind of give you joy, hope, newness. Let's have a look at the puppy. Spirit animal. Well, it just got a dog, yeah. So indicates something new, excitement, adventure. So that's definitely adventure, something exciting. The dog appears to be very excited because something exhilarating awaits. Just like the rat, it also symbolizes curiosity and how you never stop being curious. So that's really nice, yeah. So it's a little puppy, it's a newness, it's a light, or it's a little dog, a small dog. Some of you might be also getting a small dog, like a Bichon Frise or a poodle or something like that. So there's a beautiful little cute dog there. Yeah, so that's excitement and newness and things coming up new. Just see if there's anything else that jumps out at me. Okay, so at the bottom of the cup now that we're looking at it nicely, and it's sort of settled down a bit, the shifting sands have settled, we do have a heart emerging here. Yeah, there's a heart emerging. And there's also some sort of fish here at the bottom too. It looks like an eel, and any fish are kind of usually money, okay? So, or eels are also very, very rich in oil. Okay, so eel symbolism and meaning is the world of magic occupied by animal spirits. The eel also symbolizes the ability to survive, come what may. They are naturally elusive, hence the term slippery as an eel, and they have a no-nonsense approach to survival. So it's about survival, you know. It's about knowing how to survive, doing the survival and getting through. So, you know, no-nonsense survival. So that's what it's about. And then the heartfelt energy is there. Everything else is coming up nicely. So I feel like, you know, let me know how that resonates. But I feel like there's hope, there's joy, there's, you know, interesting times ahead. There's also inside here, there's something with a head that's popped out. It looks a little bit like a wolf, a lone wolf. Yeah, because a lot of people are isolated right now. Let me have a look at the wolf. Hunting for something new. The power of this wolf spirit animal serves as a guide for you to trust your instincts and pay attention to what they're trying to tell you. Wolf symbolism brings forth intelligence, loyalty, freedom, and social connections, and demonstrating them in a more balanced manner. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah. So joining forces with fellowship, with people, and, you know, so I feel like, you know, it's majority of it's been more of a personal reading, but also a couple of accents to a world reading as well. But it's personal because, you know, it's all about us. You know, it's all about us and what we're doing, where we are and how we're living. So I wish you all the best with everything. Lots of love and angel blessings moving forward. Please like, subscribe, share if you feel like this could resonate with somebody and they'd like to see it. Share away, and looking forward to connecting with you very, very soon. Lots of blessings. Ciao for now.